Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. My name is Natasha and today we are going to cook something very healthy. Today we are going to cook oatmeal cookies. You can use this recipe as breakfast, you can use them as a snack, anytime you'd like. It's a very healthy recipe. It has only 3 ingredients and you have these ingredients all the time in your pantry. Basically we are going to need oats, quick oats. I'm using rolled oats and I'll explain the process later on. We will need 2 bananas and we will need cranberries. I'm using cranberries. You can use any types of nuts or almonds or peanut butter. It's up to you basically what you can put in your oats. So if you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell and you'll see first all my videos. And don't forget, if you have any questions or any suggestions, leave them in the comments below. I'll be more than happy to answer all of them. So let's get started with the process and I'll show you everything how it's done. Okay, so let's start with the recipe. For this we are going to need 2 medium bananas. They have to be ripe, so the sweetness of the bananas actually depends on how ripe they are. If they are having these brown spots, they are actually sweeter than the green ones. So this is the perfect bananas to use. Even if they have more brown spots, is better. I'm using 50 grams of cranberries, dried cranberries. You can use like 50 grams of walnuts or almonds or even like a tablespoon of peanut butter. It's up to you what you want to use in this recipe. I'm using cranberries because I really like them. You can use instead of cranberries plums or dried apricots, whatever you have in your pantry, whatever it's working easier for you. And for this we are going to need 100 grams of quick oats. I don't have the quick oats and I'm using the rolled oats. And for this I'm just going to leave my mixture to set for about 20 minutes for the oats to absorb all the moist from the bananas. So this is the only difference. If you do it with quick oats, you can put it straight away in the oven. If you're using like me rolled oats, after you are mixing everything together, you are just putting for 20 minutes on the side for the moist to go inside the actual oats. Yeah, so let's get started. So before I'll put the bananas, yeah, so we are going to need a bowl where we are going to put the bananas. I'm all the time like making the bananas in small pieces because it's easier to mash them after. I'll use a fork for this. So this recipe, as I said earlier, you can use it as breakfast recipe because it has oats and it has cranberries. Doesn't have any sugar though, and they are very sweet because of the bananas. So no worries if you're worrying that it's not sweet enough. You can add something like, I don't know, brown sugar or maple syrup or a bit of honey. It's entirely up to you. Or you can use the actual oats, the cookies actually later on with some syrup or whatever you like, if you like a lot sweeter than normal. Okay, so with a fork I'm mashing my bananas. I'm not worrying about too much about how I mash them, because even if you have like small chunks in the cookies, it's even nicer because it's chewy and it's very tasty as well. So the actual process, I'm all the time using a fork. So as you can see here, yeah. You can use glass bowl or a metal bowl, whatever you have in your pantry. I'm not too fussy about it, so whatever I have on hand, I'm using it. Yes, so if you are like using smaller pieces of bananas, it's easier to mash them. You can put as well cinnamon if you like cinnamon. You can put a bit of vanilla. So it's entirely up to you. You can play with this recipe as much as you want. Yes, so you can play with the flavors, you can play with the third ingredient. I tried them with peanut butter and they came out amazingly. By the way, if you want to see and you want to learn how to make peanut butter in 7 minutes, I will link the description in the comments below, so you can find how to make in 7 to 9 minutes amazing peanut butter using a blender that you are having at home. Okay, so after we mashed these bananas, we are putting our rolled oats. As I told you, I'm using rolled oats because I don't have quick oats. You are mixing everything together, and I'm just going to put it on a side for 20 minutes for these oats to absorb the moist from the bananas. For the quick oats, just because they are already like pre-done, they're absorbing like very fast all the moist. And I'm putting my cranberries as well inside. I'm mixing well together everything. Okay. So this is the mixture that we are looking for. So if you are using quick oats, yeah, the mixture is going to be like more sticky. Now at the moment it's just because the rolled oats didn't absorb any moist yet. They're just like, you can see that everything is separate. Even though I'm going to put them in the oven now, it's still going to be okay, because in the process of cooking the oats are going to absorb the moist. But to have a better taste and to have them like very chewy, I'm going to put them aside for 20 minutes. So see you in 20 minutes. Okay, so 20 minutes passed, so this is how my mixture looks like. As I told you, if you have quick oats, you don't have to wait for 20 minutes or 30 minutes or whatever you have time, yes? So you can make the cookies straight away after you mixed everything together. So before starting our cookies, actually, we have to set our oven. So we are going to put on 180 degrees Celsius or 350 degrees Fahrenheit, and to leave it to warm it up till we will do our cookies. So to make our cookies, we take like a mixture like this, and we are going to roll them and to form them into a cookie straight away. I'll explain you why in a second. So I have here the baking tray with the parchment paper. This is in order not to stick anything to your baking tray, and it's easier just to take them out. So you take a bit of mixture. Oh, sorry. Okay, so you are forming your cookies like straight away how you want them to be. Why is this happening like that? Just because our cookies are not going to change our shape. Yeah, so because it's oats and it's banana, it's not going, you don't have any butter, any flour here, so they're going to hold their shape more or less the same. Yeah, so you're making them as beautiful as you want. You can make this with your kids. It's fun to do so because they can make different shapes and so on. If this is for breakfast, it takes you literally, together with the cooking, about 30 minutes. So it's a very, very fun way of making healthy cookies. So who doesn't want healthy cookies? So from this batch we are going to have about 10 to 12 cookies, which is very, very handy for a breakfast or a snack. You can hold them in the refrigerator for 1 week. I never hold them for 1 week because I'm eating them literally in the same day. I love to have my coffee with something sweet, but on the other hand, I do prefer healthy recipes. Yeah, so that's why I'm all the time looking for alternatives for a healthy version. Because in regular like chewy cookies, you have butter there, you have flour there, and you have sugar as well, which is not so healthy for your body. Of course, if you want to do this kind of cookies, you're more than welcome. For me, you know, I have like 3-4 teas a day, and all the time if I'm going to have a cookie which has butter there and sugar, I'm afraid that I'm going to expand quite a lot. Okay, so we are forming our cookies round shape. As I told you earlier, you can put in your cookies instead of cranberries, you can use walnuts or peanut butter. So if you have any peanut butter, just put 1 tablespoon there. You can even add some walnuts or some almonds or any other nuts or any other dried fruits. So it's entirely up to you what you can put there, because this is a very versatile recipe. It doesn't have like a strict rules to follow and so on. Even though if you want like your cookies more dry, you can add a bit more oats, but more or less the recipe is 100 grams of quick oats, 2 medium ripe bananas, and cranberries or whatever it's easier for you, or whatever you have actually in the pantry. Because sometimes in the morning you're not in the mood to cook, I don't know what, complicated stuff. But this is a great way of actually having a nice snack. So we're going to have about 10 cookies, because I made them a bit bigger, slightly bigger than normally I would do. And by the time we are finishing our cookies, our oven is warmed up, and in a second we are going to put our cookies in the oven. Okay, so we are putting our cookies in the oven. I have a very small one, little one here, because it wasn't enough mixture. But yes, I'm going to put this in the oven, 180 degrees Celsius or 300 degrees Fahrenheit for 12 minutes. Okay, so our cookies are ready. I just removed them from the oven, and they look perfect to me. So you can leave them to cool down, but the consistency and the color, you can see here it's like brownish. If you want to be more crunchy, you can leave it for like 3 to 4 minutes more in the oven. It's entirely up to you. I like them just like this because they are chewy, and yeah, so you need to leave them to cool down a bit before removing them from the parchment paper. Okay, so after the cookies cool down a bit on the tray, you can remove them and place them wherever you need them. I'm normally putting them on the plate, and I'm waiting for them to cool down completely, and after I'm transferring it to container in the fridge. So this is our cookie. Yeah, so here you go. We have it on the bottom. It's like very crisp, and this is how it looks inside. They are still hot. Yeah, so, but look at them. They are very, very soft inside, and they're very chewy, and the cranberry took all the moist, and it's very, very sweet. So yeah, they're ready for breakfast or for snack, whatever you choose, or maybe both of them. Okay, so this was my recipe of how to make 3-ingredient healthy cookies. If you enjoy the recipes, please subscribe the button to see the videos that will come on the channel first. And if you have any questions or any suggestions, leave them in the comment below. In the description, I left for you as well the link to how to make the peanut butter in 7 minutes at home. Very healthy. So this was the recipe. I hope you enjoyed, and see you in the next video. Thank you.